I'm going to talk about some of the more, like some of the jobs I had that weren't, serious jobs that I had at the very beginning of, like when I first started working. Um, the At the time, I think when I started working, I want to say that the minimum wage was probably like $1.90 an hour, not even $2. Um, so it's like, and one of the things we did, Nanny also did it too. My sister Nanny did it too. Was We did Gardena Bowl, which is in Gardena, and it's still there. Fortunately, gladly, it's still there. We did babysitting at the they had like leagues, women's leagues, and then they had a room where they would bring their kids, and they would leave the little kids there and stuff. And there was me, like there was a woman that was a babysitter. She was there, I think, all the time, every day during the week. And then there was a second person, and it was me. And I'm pretty sure Nanny also did this too. So it was like there was a bunch of kids, and you had to do things like change diapers and stuff on some of them and everything like that, and clean up after them and stuff. It's like I didn't keep that job for very long because I really didn't like it. It was probably something I did right after high school. I actually don't quite remember my very first job I had, but that was one of them. And then I remember cleaning. This one kid pooped in his diapers and he got all over the place and stuff. And it's like he ended up like just wearing a diaper around for the rest of the time that he was there. Anyway, it's like just didn't like that one at all. And then I sold Avon, and that may have been the first job thing I had. It's like I was given at that time. You had a bag and everything and stuff, and you were given a territory, and they gave me basically the territory like in the neighborhood and stuff where I lived. Which I kind of wish I had a better territory, maybe down toward the southern end of Gardena where people had more money and stuff. Not that it was bad in this area, but I remember just going door to door, and I did meet some people. It was nice because I got to meet some people and stuff, and you had the samples that you would, got get and stuff. And if I remember correctly, it's like a campaign. I said it was a campaign. It was it was like a two weeks long or a half a month long. It was like maybe it was like 15 days, half a month. And what would happen is like if I remember correctly, you were, if you wanted to get like a certain amount of commission, you had to sell so much product in that thing. And I want to say it was like $80 worth, which was a lot back then, 80 bucks. And then you would get like X amount of dollars, maybe it's $100, and then you'd get like $40 or something like that. And if it was less than that amount, you got less money. You'd get like maybe $20. So it's like you were hustling and stuff to make enough sales to get like your $40 for the 2 weeks. So I did that for a little while. It's like it was okay for like maybe if you were doing something part time, and it was enjoyable. It was memorable. I remember the case they gave me. I wish I still had it. It was really pretty. It was pretty. They're still out there. You could probably buy one on eBay. So that was one of the things. And then one of the other things we did was house cleaning, which we had at any given time. My sister and I had like maybe a few clients, and I hate house cleaning. It's like when I grew up doing a lot of house cleaning, and stuff. Around the house anyway, but we did have these house cleaning gigs. I don't remember what we got paid, but we did things. We even like not only mop the floors, but I think we used to wax them too. But we used to clean up everything. So we go back to the same client maybe every couple of weeks or something, and we didn't have very many clients, and like then once in a while we'd lose one, and I didn't do it for a really long time. So that was the house cleaning thing. Um, One of the other things I remember was like to pick up extra money. I was like, by this time I was probably working in accounting, and to pick up some extra money, my boyfriend Ken and I sold. I think we only did it maybe a couple of times, but we sold flowers. It's like there was somebody Nanny knew um, had like this flower. It's like one of her friends, boyfriend's brother or something. Eddie's brother had this flower selling business, and what they uh, what they did is like on certain weekends, and I believe it was Mother's Day weekend. We were on a corner, we would be put out on a corner and, given a corner, and we would have flowers there, and then we'd sell the flowers. And we did a pretty good job of selling flowers. It's like we got commission off of that too, and it's like it was extra money coming in, a little extra money here and there. But it was kind of an interesting experience, We got to meet a lot of people, and if I remember right, the corner I was on was El Segundo, and I want to say it was Western, and it was in front of a what's now closed up a gas station. It was on like the southwest corner, and I think I took pictures of it too. So it was because the building was still there. It became like afterwards it became like like a place where you go to fix your transmission or something like that, like more like a mechanic place. And then, the building, it was kind of interesting architecture because it was really old, because it was probably built in like the 40s maybe, no later than the 50s. So it's kind of interesting architecture for that. But unfortunately, then fortunately, whatever was their business was there, went out of business years ago. And just recently, I would say maybe 6 months ago, so they bulldozed it. They finally bulldozed the whole thing. It'd been there, sitting there empty for like years, but they finally bulldozed it, so it's gone, sadly. And then let's see what else. Plastic. I think that's. Oh, it's like, and then I did recycler. I don't know if I mentioned this before. There was like, there used to be a paper called the Recycler. It wasn't the Recycler. It was like, this was something I did for only like 1 or 2 weeks. And I think I may have mentioned this in another video. Actually, I don't know that it lasted more than a week, but it was like this one where you go out and you take the paper and you deliver it at the homes and stuff. And that got old really fast, so I stopped doing that. But I distinctly remember placing the papers and going around, walking around with these things. And then I can't think of any others right now. It's like I'll do. There's more to say about some of the other jobs that I had for longer periods of time. Especially I had a lot of accounting jobs.